man.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to my UTEP Dynasty here in College Football 25. This is the beginning of Season 4, and it's about to get real. If you missed it last episode, we set up this really big Season 4. We showed off the schedule, we went through the depth chart, and looked through our new freshmen, through all of the starters and whatnot, but now it's time to get into it. And I left you off with a decision to make. J.P. Pickles, our quarterback, or Terrell Jeffrey. Let me start off this episode by saying that it's going to be J.P. Pickles himself leading out the Miners on opening night of this season, and for the duration of the season. He won the job in camp. He's been there, done that, led us to a huge upset at Florida, 10 regular season wins, the Mountain West Conference Championship, and a college football playoff semifinal where we knocked off Pitt and Washington to get to that semifinal. And the love he's gotten from the UTEP X family is tangible. He's a redshirt junior, and he's going to start this year. As for Terrell Jeffrey, he was disappointed for sure, but he fought hard for this job. He's committed to seeing UTEP win, and that is why he signed with this program. That's why we like him so much. So he's absolutely committed to learning this year, and maybe being a starter next year as a redshirt freshman if he doesn't play many snaps this year. But he is ready to be called on, and he's going to be a sponge. And if something happens to JP Pickles, God, I hope it doesn't, but if something happens to this magical Pickles warrior quarterback, we'll turn to Terrell Jeffrey. All right, let's keep going. And if you haven't already, make sure you consider hitting that subscribe button. I've got more College Football 25 content planned. This is just the beginning of an incredible journey in college sports games. I say that because I'd love to eventually get to college basketball series. That's my bread and butter. I used to love College Hoops 2K8. What a game. One of my favorite games ever. But anyways, let's get into the storylines for this Season 4, and then we'll kick off the season and I'll show you what we're gonna do. There are 3 things I absolutely want to watch this season. Number 1 being Jalen Jones. He is a senior this season, and we've seen him since his freshman season. He can break the all-time NCAA sack record this season. He's 6 away from tying it, and he needs 7 to be the all-time leader in sacks in college football history. So, definitely gonna keep an eye on that as we go. Second headline on our list, Ryan Niblett is the star of this offense. He really has been. He makes this offense click when he's on his game. So this season is really just gonna be, is it gonna be Ryan Niblett's team still? Is he gonna be really as good as he has been? Or is it going to be the sophomore, second-year running back from Waco, Texas, Rasheem Radley, who burst onto the scene a bit as we had Darian Trish go down with an injury last year, but this dude is legit. He's an 87 as a second-year player. He's gonna be a star in this offense. You know we love to run it. We were able to get 1,000 yards out of Javon Jackson, so very high expectations for this dude. He may even leave for the draft in a year. He's that good. And honestly, this is a great problem to have. I don't even think it's a problem. I think it's just a debate, if anything, but you can see this receiving core is just getting better and better, and it's still very young, led by Ryan Niblett. It's just gonna be a fun offense this year, I can already tell. And just a shout out to freshman Hayden Hearns, who won the tight end battle in training camp. He's gonna be your starting tight end this year. Very excited to see what he can offer. He's a big athletic tight end. Very, very excited for some Hayden Hearns action. And the final thing I would like to talk about, the final headline for this season, I'll head into the schedule as I talk about it, but it's just a simple question. Can UTEP repeat as Mountain West Conference champions and return to the playoff? You see the schedule, and let's talk about this episode because it ties in with what I'll be talking about. We're going to kick off with 2 top 25 matchups. We sit at number 16 to start, but we're going to play against Colorado and play against Texas to start this episode. I will show you the highlights from both of those games. I'm going to sim against New Mexico State, sim against San Jose State, get through the bye, sim against San Diego State, and then we're going to finish the episode off by playing against New Mexico, where I'll show the highlights against that one as well. literally getting through half of the regular season. Like I said, we're gonna get moving with this series even more now. The episode after this will be the finale of the regular season and maybe even the conference championship, but we gotta get there first, and it's a bit of a gauntlet, but no Boise State on the Mountain West schedule this year. I think the biggest game we're gonna play is our final game of the season at Fresno State, who I could see being contenders in this conference for us. But there's a lot to happen, and it's gonna start against Colorado, but before we show the Colorado highlights, let me just show you where our recruiting board sits. We're going after a 5-star Josh De La Puente and another 5-star as well, Dante Waddy. What did we get, 4 5-stars last year? We're only going for 2 right off of the bat, and I've actually got 50 hours to play with, so let me go assign them. Alright, so all the hours have been assigned now. Dennis Ostergaard is another name to watch on this board. #1 player in the state of Colorado. We've gotten the #1 Colorado player before, than Clayton Sylvan. We're playing Colorado to start this year, and I think it would bode well for us if we went and beat the team that's second on his board. Vertical threat tight end, he is a gem, and he's got solid speed as well. 84 speed, he's 6'5", he's got good frame, good hands, we want him. Larry Ochi, we're not putting any hours into it because he's from El Paso, we're already in the lead, and we're just going to see what happens. If we have to come back, that's a player I don't have to worry about, because he's from the town we're playing in. Hometown kid. I don't think we have a good hometown kid. That would be an amazing pickup. I'll scroll through the rest of the list, but the reason I love this guy so much, 6'3" corner with 96 speed. Would love to get Keenan Boykins. David Vela, 5'7" route runner. Doesn't sound like the kind of player you want, but he's got 93 speed and good agility, good hands. So, I mean, this is the kind of guy that's going to get open. And then just a bunch of other players that we're high on the board for. This is a guy I really want. Gem running back George Abreu, power back, but look at the balance of these stats. I like power backs, but he's also 5'10", so I think that's a good combo. And then I'll go through the rest of the list. The only other guy I'm putting hours in for right now is James Rosales, a strong safety, hybrid safety. But I think it's time we kick things off this season at Folsom Field in Colorado. Come on, you Miners.
Boulder, Colorado, one of the most picturesque locations in the world, let alone for college football, and you will see plenty of Buffaloes roaming here. A top 25 showdown coming up, 2 of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. As we'll see the number 16 team in the country, the UTEP Miners, taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the Colorado Buffaloes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Miners will get us started with the opening kickoff.
Beautiful sight for this game. Colorado pushed it down the field. We thought we stopped them here on 2nd and goal, but the Buffaloes had another chance and did execute. Touchdown, they go up 6-0 to start this game. Your boy JP Pickles starts it off by handing it to Rasheem Bradley. Spin move, and he's looking great already. 9 yards on 1st down. 3rd and 3. He bounces to the outside and picks it up. He was working hard in the start of this game. Play action. Pickles looking for Hayden Hearns, and there's the first catch for the new tight end. And how about a Baldridge blast on 3rd inches to keep it going? Very typical UTEP drive so far. Get it out to, wait a second, Quasi Gilmer? What is he doing on the field, let alone scoring? What a play that is for the Miners. Not even a wrinkle, but busted coverage from Colorado, and Quasi Gilmer is the first touchdown of the year for us. And how about Frank Flanagan being a lefty kicking the PAT? I didn't see that one coming. We stopped Colorado on 3rd down. They kicked the field goal from 51 yards. 10-7. Pickles dropping back, looking for Rasheem Bradley on 3rd and 10. Finds his reliable running back target. Then, looking for Hayden Hearns, fighting for the catch on the sideline with the roughing the passer call. JP Pickles to Hayden Hearns, already looking like a dangerous combination. Very much liking this tight end. And how about this throw? On the money from Mr. Pickles. Ryan Niblett with his first touchdown of the year. Absolutely terrific from this Miners offense, which was clicking early. JP Pickles looking like that quarterback we decided to go with. 4th and 2, we try to go for it and can't get it. Bold call for sure here in Boulder. Colorado gets it back, but how about right away we get Jed Alotu Judah stepping up on defense. down the sideline, and into the end zone, making it a 2-score game. Pick 6 Miners, J-O-J, all day. What an interception with the hoodie on in Colorado. 4th and 3, we decided to go for it again on 4th down, and this time we get it. Tyquan Anthrop, who has definitely burst onto the scene this season. Good throw here from Pickles, contested catch, and there's Hayden Hearns again. This dude is legit. Pickles back again. This time he's going down, and Frank Flanagan, the big lefty kicker, comes on to knock it through and make it 24-10 Miners. Colorado has 4th and 10 here at the start of the 4th quarter. This is a big play here in the game, and defensively we stepped up. Tyler Hawkinson knocks it away. We take over. Ice it? Sure. How about Artie LaRue saying good night to the Buffaloes, silencing that crowd in Boulder, grittying all over Colorado, and then we get it back in Rasheem Bradley with the FU touchdown to finish him off, getting that top 25 win to start the season on the road, and the Miners were buzzing. J.P. Pickles was absolutely dialed in. 90.5% completion rate, 3 touchdowns. He was 19 of 21, only 2 incompletions. What a statement this is for J.P. Pickles to say, I am that dude. The Miners won the game in pretty much every category. 2 for 3 on 4th down, 5 for 10 on 3rd. Pretty solid all around. Rasheem Bradley was not necessarily all that effective, but he had some good runs and we liked what we saw. Niblett was your leading receiver, but Hayden Hearns, 5 catches, 72 yards, was also very involved. That's a very encouraging sign. A very balanced passing attack, which I'm liking to see so far. Feel like we can hit you in multiple ways. So on to week 2 we go, and I said I would sim this one, but I want to do a quick check-in on our recruiting venture, and I'll check in after the Texas game next for recruiting, see how we're doing. Hopefully we make some signings before then. It's been a good push so far. Our top recruit, De La Puente, this pass coverage linebacker, in 1st, and we're looking pretty solid. Ostergaard, we're looking good, we're in 1st. Ochi, it's a little bit closer now, so we're putting in 50 hours. We're sending the house just to maybe get a little bit more comfortable. It's just us and A&M, though. Boykins were good. Wadi, we're now up into 1st. Very good week last week. Vela, we're looking solid. Hayden, we're really far ahead, so we took some hours from him. Enriquez, good. Portilla, good. George Abreu, we're now up in 1st. I really like the look of him for a running back. Castellanos, very good-looking receiver. Gem, we are now in 1st for him as well. We're battling both receivers against TCU. And James Rosales is now at the top of his board with UTEP. You love to see that. We're only pushing for 12 guys right now, but if you look at the rest of this list, there's some names. We could go for some of these other guys, but I don't mind going for, like I said, lower volume, high quality players to start, and then mixing in some players at the end, capping it off with some transfers in the offseason. It's just how we've done things, and this team is pretty great, so we're going to sim this against New Mexico State, like I said, and then I'll play Texas next week after we recap what happened against the Aggies in the Battle of I-10. Let's go. We are in week 3 now. We're 2-0 and are ready to face Texas, who's actually 1-2, but you've got to see the box score against New Mexico State. First off, the Miners obviously won 45-14 at the Sun Bowl in the Battle of I-10. 469 yards of offense. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. J.P. Pickles, 330 yards of offense and 4 touchdowns for him. He had 51 yards rushing. Rasheem Bradley was mediocre again, got a touchdown, but again, that's not why we're here. It's this man. He had 215 yards of offense and 3 touchdowns. Outrageous from Ryan Niblett. One of the best days in UTEP receiving history. Not the record though, I did check it. Artie LaRue with 2 catches and a touchdown. Hayden Hearns with his first touchdown for UTEP. Defensively, you have to make note of the sacks. We're tracking Jalen Jones. He made 2 sacks today. Shout out to Nasir Atkins for getting 3, but Jalen Jones is now 4 sacks away from tying the record, 5 from breaking it. But it is time to head to Austin to face the Longhorns, and this is a particularly tasty matchup as Ryan Niblett faces his former team for the first time since he transferred to UTEP, coming off of a 200-yard effort in his senior season. And it also seems like he and the Miners can effectively put an end to Texas's playoff hopes already. Let's go see what happens.
Hello and welcome to Austin, Texas, one of our favorite stops on the tour. And today, Darrell K. Royal Stadium is packed and revved up, ready to make noise for the Texas Longhorns. Today, it's a top 25 matchup. Two teams off to good starts, hoping to build on that and test themselves against another ranked team. As we'll see the number 11 team in the country, the UTEP Miners, taking on the 16th ranked team, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. The Longhorns will kick it away to start us off.
Rainy day here in Austin, and we decided to go to Rasheem Bradley early and often, juking and looking great against the Longhorns. This running back is legit. We are so happy that he's ours, but JP Pickles with his first real mistake of the season, and he throws it into deep coverage, and they pick it off. Take it down the field, and Texas was in business early in the first quarter here. And to be honest, it just ended up being that kind of day. Chaos all over. It wasn't a pretty football game here, and Texas took the lead on their first possession, 7-0 Longhorns. Pickles back on offense, giving it to Ryan Niblett against his former school, and look at him move and really get down that field. He ran with vengeance against his former Longhorns teammates. How about Rasheem Bradley? Looking good. We give it to him again here on 3rd and 3, and they harass him, stop him, bring on big lefty Frank Flanagan to make it 7-3. We stop them, get the ball back to start the second quarter. Pickles on offense, looking on 3rd down and finding Artie LaRue to keep our drive going. Over the 50 and off we go. Pickles on play action, looking for Hayden Hearns. Oh, he's good. God, is he a big target, and he's got great hands. What a catch there. Pickles again, here on 2nd down, looking for the big target, and he eyed him down. He stared right at him and threw the pick. Longhorns take over. 2nd interception of the game for Texas. JP Pickles not looking great to start this game, but our defense was holding strong. We got the ball back again. Give it to Ryan Niblett on 4th and 2 near midfield, and somehow we didn't get it there. I don't know how we didn't pick that up, but 3rd interception of the game for JP. Texas gets it back, and how about Clayton Sylvan, the Colorado native, picking off Texas, but he's down at the 2, so we get the ball in a tough spot. JP Pickles hit as he throws, not a good decision, and can you believe it? 4 picks in the game for Pickles, 3 straight picks from either team, and they score on it. Pick 6, 14-3 at half. Well, guess what we're doing? 4 interceptions and a half is just not going to cut it today. We need a comeback, and we're going to the freshman 5-star Terrell Jeffrey. First play from the line of scrimmage. Looking for his buddy from high school, Hayden Hearns, who we brought in together. And oh, he looked for him. These two know each other well. Rolling out. Looking for his buddy again. TJ to HH. Looking for him again. Look at this throw here from Terrell Jeffrey and the catch from Hearns to hang on. This is the UTEP team we want to see this season. Ryan Niblett in space and into the end zone against Texas. Oh, you'll love to see that. The Miners are right back in it. Hit that Heisman pose, baby. Miners defense coming after Texas. We get the stop on 3rd down, forcing the field goal, staying in this game, making it 17-9. Jeffrey rolling back, and he fumbles in the rain. Texas all over him. He had nowhere to go. They get it back, and all of a sudden, they're in position again. But we stop them. Another field goal. 20-9 now. We're still in this game. Terrell Jeffrey, he's been good all day, and he finds Artie LaRue here, trying to lead that comeback. Getting down around midfield, and then he looks for an open Ryan Niblett, and he just can't get it to him. Picked off, he underthrew it. It was a good idea, but Texas takes over again. Play action, wide open. Longhorns extend their lead. It was just turnover after turnover that killed us today. But Terrell Jeffrey bombs away to Ryan Niblett, who already had 1 touchdown on the day. Make it 2. Oh yes, against his former team. We get it back. We have a chance here. Just over 2 minutes and down by 2 scores. Terrell Jeffrey on the move, looking for Artie LaRue. Terrell Jeffrey again, looking for the wide open Hayden Hearns. Again, what a day those two had. And then how about you stick it to him again? Even though the scoreboard's not in your favor, Ryan Niblett just dunking on his former team all day, his 3rd touchdown of the game. And there was a little bit of life here. We had 3 timeouts, so we decided to kick it back. And all we had to do was prevent a Texas first down, and we get the ball back with under a minute to go, but they get the first down. Unbelievable. I thought we had a chance to come back, but This was not our day at all, losing to the Longhorns in Austin. But this is almost a stat you have to see to believe. 418 yards of offense for UTEP, 132 yards of offense for Texas. That is how inefficient we were offensively. We moved it down the field and we gave it right back to Texas just that much. 6 turnovers for UTEP today to Texas's 1. That is 100% the reason we lost this game, and hopefully something we can say was just early in the season, we get it out of the way. I'm not worried about our quarterback situation. It was nice to see Jeffrey. Shout out to Ryan Niblett, though, against Texas, absolutely balling out. Hayden Hearns over 100 yards as well. Both of them look like key factors in this offense. I mentioned it earlier, but we've gotten through these first 3 weeks. Now we're going to sim weeks 4, 5, and 6, 2 Mountain West games, and then finish off playing against New Mexico. I'll do some recruiting in the middle of that, but we're going to keep a close eye on Jalen Jones, who's 3 sacks from tying the record, 4 from breaking it. So let's do it. Alright, so we're currently on our bye, but we're coming off of a massive win to start Mountain West play against San Jose State. I think it's the first time we've faced them since we joined the Mountain West, and we put a whooping on them at the Sun Bowl, 45-13. Another really good day from JP Pickles, who took that job back. A little bit of a controversy against Texas, but it is his job to lose now. We're trusting him to finish this season, and he delivered to open up Mountain West play. Rasheem Radley had 100 yards for the first time this season. Very good to see that. Pickles good on the ground, 68 and a touchdown, and Ryan Niblett added a rushing touchdown. Tyquan Anthrop led the receiving core. Hayden Hearns also got a touchdown. Artie LaRue scored, and Niblett wasn't quite as good as he has been to start this season, but still a decent outing. And the big thing you want to notice on the defensive end, as we're absolutely tracking at this point, Jalen Jones with a half sack, so 3.5 sacks away from breaking that NCAA record. And I'll check in again once we get to the New Mexico week, but let's look at where we're at with our recruiting. And for the first time in this series, I'm noticing there's definitely some real competition, and we're gonna lose out on some guys that I thought we were in better position for. But luckily, our number 1 recruit, Josh De La Puente from Arizona, 5-star, a pass coverage linebacker, looks like he's going to come to UTEP eventually. We're a week or 2 away from his decision. Dennis Ostergaard, the big tight end gem that we found, number 1 recruit in Colorado, is committed to UTEP. You'll love to see that. I'm very excited to have him and Hayden Hearns together in this offense. He's definitely going to be a real threat even in his first year. Larry Ochi from El Paso, we're getting closer to seeing him commit, and we're doing pretty well against A&M. Boykins, it's very close. I'm nervous we're going to lose out on him, but he's very close to his top 3, so I'm hoping it's a week or 2 away from him deciding. Waddy, very close. Gotta keep pushing there. Vela, we've actually lost out to TCU. I don't know if that's going to continue on, but not great news there. Probably could have used a visit. I haven't used visits as well as I usually do. Nolan Hayden, we're looking okay. Enriquez, again, looking okay, but Texas might catch us. Portilla, we might lose out to Arizona. I just bumped his hours from 25 up to 50. We've had to be very scarce with these hours. That's what happens when you don't go after as many players and you don't have as many hours as schools like Arizona and Utah. But we're beating both of them out for George Abreu right now, and I think we're going to get him, which is very good news. James Rosales, I'm feeling solid about him. Good hybrid safety to maybe pick up. And we added a center to the board, Devontae Cordova from California. Went all out for him, and we're already in second. Looks like we can push Tennessee there. But let's go ahead and sim through the San Diego State week next week, and I will meet you when we face New Mexico, where I'll show an update 2 weeks from now in this recruiting venture. Alright, so we've made it to week 7. I've got some good news, I've got some bad news. I think you can already tell what the good news is. We're 4-1, we beat San Diego State, and we're number 8 in the country, top 10, go Miners. Let's go over the recruiting before I go over the real bad news. So there was some good news that came from recruiting that we're going to go over. 5-star Josh De La Puente from Chandler, Arizona will be coming to UTEP. You'll love to see that. We got Ostergaard, we got Ochi. We did not get Keenan Boykins. We did not get David Henriquez. And we're very close on 5-star tackle Dante Waddy. We have a visit this week. We're in 3rd by not much, so I'm hoping if we win this week, considering we had an A+ grade that we're meeting with him on this week, maybe that'll push him over the line with UTEP. I'm okay either way, but we got George Abreu. We're probably going to get Rosales. We're probably going to get Cordova. We did not get either of the receivers we were going after, so now we're going after Mike Toon, who looks like a solid player, and Tevin Randall. Both 4-star receivers that I will scout further later in the season just so I can see how good they are, but right now, no competition for either of them. We didn't get David Vela, so he went to TCU. We didn't get our other middle linebacker we were going for, but we're going to go after Mello Ames and Mike Chubb and just hope we get one of them. If we get both, even better, but since we didn't get corner we wanted, we're going after Tevin Scruggs and Chauncey Mines. What a name for this program. Another situation where we'll try to go for both of them and then scout them later on in the process once we get further ahead. And then if we don't get Dante Waddy at tackle, we're going after 4-star Addison Streeter. So we've got some good insurance with the recruiting, so not all bad news there, but there's definitely something bad that came from this. But I'm not going to go over it yet. Let's go over the box score first. We definitely beat down on the Aztecs for sure, putting up 38 points. This offense has been rolling this season. JP Pickles with another 4 touchdowns. This dude has been so efficient this season. If you just remove the Texas game, he could be right there for a Heisman vote. Rasheem Radley, 132 yards, one of his best ever games for UTEP. He's picking up momentum. But the news you're going to see comes from the receiving department, and Tyquan Anthrop had a really good game. His best ever for us. Hayden Hearns showed out. Quasi Gilmer played a big role, but there's one name that's definitely missing. I'm sure you noticed. Ryan Niblett. Where is he? Well, he's injured. I guess there's some good news, bad news that comes with his injury. Obviously, he's going to miss these 2 weeks, but luckily, it's just 2 weeks. It could have been worse. He's a senior, so we did not lose him for the rest of the season, but this is definitely a blow to our offense. However, this is an opportunity for some of our talented freshmen and underclassmen to step up, so I'm pretty excited about that. And the other thing that came from this past week against San Diego State, no sacks for Jalen Jones, so 3.5 sacks is still the number he needs to break the record. New Mexico definitely isn't anything to write home about. They're 1-5, 0-2 in the conference. Right now it's just us and Wyoming atop of the Mountain West. So let's just see if we can end this episode with some more good football, get JP Pickles some better stats, get Rasheem Radley going without Niblett out there, and see if we can get some involvement from some of our 3rd and 4th string receivers. Let's head out to the Sun Bowl. Come on, Miners.
As we'll see, the New Mexico Lobos taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the UTEP Miners. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we're ready to tee it up.
Oh, there's nothing like a sunny night down in El Paso for some college football on the weekend, and it's El Chuco night. Nice stop here by our defense to start this one off against a very close by school, New Mexico, and we give it to Tyquan Anthrop here in space. No Ryan Niblett, this is our guy. We like Tyquan Anthrop, he's a speedster. Rasheem Radley, he's a speedster into space. Look at him go. Play action. Pickles absolutely on a dime to Hayden Hearns. I am loving that connection. It was on fire today again, as always. Rasheem Radley up the middle, finding room. And then tons of room for our sophomore running back. Beautifully executed, and the Miners take the lead. What a drive. Rasheem Radley was on his game today, wearing those El Chuco helmets. You love to see it. Then Jalen Jones getting to the quarterback. They only gave him a half sack there, but even closer to the record, only 3.5 to go. However, New Mexico scores. Right back in this game, we're tied. J.P. Pickles looking. Hayden Hearns, he has him, or does he? He underthrows him and intercepted. Here comes New Mexico taking over. All of a sudden, this game flips. But luckily, we do just hold them to a field goal here, stop them just before halftime, and at the half, we are down 10-7 here. Number 8 team in the country at home against a 1-win team. What are we doing? Rasheem Radley, that's what we're doing. Give it to him. He's so good. Looking here on 3rd down. And again, we couldn't convert. It was just not the best execution today. And on defense, missing tackles. I don't know what was going on with this Miners team today. We could not get it together. Oh my God, this was close. We needed that. We get the stop on 3rd and goal. He was just out of bounds. They kick it. 13-7. We're down by 6. Let's get it going. 3rd and 5. We couldn't pick it up again. Another chance that we missed. But looking over the middle, there's Rasheem Radley. We get it back, and the 3rd quarter is almost over, and we started to drive Finally, Rasheem Radley finding some space, and here we come. Again, we give it to Rashard Goodwin. How about him? Look at our backup running back go. He was very good. Quick little guy. 3rd and 12, though. We cannot kick a field goal here, I don't think. Artie LaRue can't get it, so you know what? We're going for it on 4th. Here's Pickles. Looking. LaRue's got it! Artie LaRue with a massive conversion. We needed that. Here come the Miners. Give it to Tyquan Anthra. No niblet, no problem. We didn't make it look easy today, but clutch plays down the stretch, and Tyquan Anthra and the Miners send that El Paso crowd into a frenzy. Here comes New Mexico, though. What the hell was that catch? I don't know what our defender was doing, back shoulder of sorts, but how about this play here? Seal the game! Jed Olotu Judah, just when you thought New Mexico was in position to score. Oh, we love this hoodie cornerback. I don't know why it only has one sleeve on his hoodie, but man, what a player. Huge. We ice it with Rasheem Radley down the stretch. He's running it well there. He's running it well here. Look at him find the holes. He is such a brilliant little running back. Sophomore who is starting to carry this team, and it's, you know what, it's not a pretty win, but it's another damn win. Only one loss on the season, and we're going to stay right in that top 10. Really, really good start to this season for UTEP. We're going to get Ryan Niblet back soon. I'm feeling good about where we're at overall. This team is feeling itself out right now. There's so much potential to be really good this season. We were not very good on 3rd down today, and we almost lost this game, but guess what? We didn't. JP Pickles, not his best day overall, but again, he got it done when we needed to get it done. Absolutely a day for Rasheem Radley, though. No touchdowns, but 20 rushes, 119 yards, almost 6 yards a carry. One of his best games for us, and absolutely, we needed him today. In the receiving category, it was Hayden Hearns leading this offense. No Ryan Niblet. We did give it to Tyquan Anthra and Artie LaRue, but Hayden Hearns is becoming a favorite target in this offense, and I am loving it. We have yet to have a seriously dominant tight end, and he is going to be up for tight end of the year in college football at this rate. He's gotten 4 or 5 catches in almost every game. He's fine in the end zone. He's fine in first downs. It's nice to have a reliable option like that. This receiving group is deep. Even with Ryan Niblet back, we're only going to get stronger. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of this season. Jalen Jones only a half sack, so he needs 3 more to set the NCAA record for sacks. That's absolutely something I hope we see in the next episode, where we're going to finish off the regular season with the Miners, who are 5-1 right now. We've got to go take care of our business, but some big games next episode, and I cannot wait to see you there with those Miners. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of you. As always, picks up, and you'll never walk alone.